Now, this one at 10 minutes. Let's see if that works. Technology. Okay. So we got to where he said his 2 cents was what? His opinion. I don't really have 2 cents. You don't? Said Amelia Bedelia. Then you should get some sense. Mayor Thomas doesn't have any sense, asked the reporter. Is that what you just said? No, he said that, said Amelia Bedelia. I did not, said the mayor. You said you don't have 2 pennies. Me neither, said Mr. Rogers. I hope Mayor Bedelia cuts taxes. Mayor Bedelia, yelled Mayor Thomas. She couldn't even be the dog catcher. Yes, I could, said Amelia Bedelia. Take back what you just said. I will not, said the mayor. Run for mayor, said the reporter. Throw your hat in the ring. What ring, said Amelia Bedelia. The mayor's telephone rang. Amelia Bedelia took off her hat and threw it across the room. It landed on top of the phone. How's that, said Amelia Bedelia. I threw my hat on the ring. Now I can run for mayor. Amelia Bedelia crouched down. On your mark, get set, go. Hooray, shouted everyone, except for Mayor Thomas. The race for mayor was on. Amelia Bedelia and Mayor Thomas ran all over town to talk to the voters. Mayor Thomas, a vote for me is a vote for the future. A vote for me is a vote for Amelia Bedelia. People came to care more about their town, about each other, and their future. Mr. Rogers gave Amelia Bedelia lots of help and plenty of good advice. Yikes, said Mr. Rogers. Gotcha, said Amelia Bedelia. Here's that pole you told me to get. Not a fishing pole, said Mr. Rogers. What you need is a voting poll. It tells the voters' plan to cast their votes. Cast votes, said Amelia Bedelia. Sounds like fishing to me.
I get it.
Most voters are sitting on the fence, said Mr. Rogers. And you know what that means? Sore bottoms, said Amelia Bedelia. Not sore bottoms, said Mr. Rogers. It means that the people haven't made up their minds. The election isn't sewn up yet. Hold my pole, said Amelia Bedelia. I'll get a needle and thread. I'll sew it up. Forget about sewing and fishing, said Mr. Rogers. Go out and get some more votes. Amelia Bedelia walked to town. A crowd was at the new bridge. When I cut this ribbon, said the mayor, this brand new bridge will open. Amelia Bedelia stepped in front of him. She cut the red ribbon before he did. What have you done? Said the mayor. Cut that red tape, said Amelia Bedelia. Everyone says I should get rid of red tape. This is an outrage, said the mayor. You wrecked my photo opportunity. Are you having your picture taken? Said Amelia Bedelia. Then you should really smile. That does it, shouted the mayor. I challenge you to a debate. People will know where I stand. I can tell them where you're standing, said Amelia Bedelia. On my foot. Ow! On the day of the debate, the town square was packed. Now let's welcome the mayor and Amelia Bedelia, said the announcer. Everyone clapped and cheered. I'm nervous, said Amelia Bedelia. Just be yourself, said Mr. Rogers. I always am, said Amelia Bedelia. Who else can I be? Mr. and Mrs. Rogers gave her a big hug. So there's the day of the election. The mayor and Amelia Bedelia argued for hours. I will fill all the potholes, said Mayor Thomas. Me too, said Amelia Bedelia. You can't cook in pots with holes. That's silly, said the mayor. It sure is, said Amelia Bedelia. The food falls right out. That's right, yelled the crowd. I will reduce the school tax, said Mayor Thomas. And I won't, said Amelia Bedelia. Our school needs more tax, especially thumbtacks. You tell him, said the crowd. My goodness, said Mr. Rogers. They are fighting like cats and dogs. Ow, 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 ow. The big dog chased the cat across the stage. Mayor Thomas rescued the cat. Amelia Bedelia grabbed the dog. Good job, Mayor Thomas. You mean that? Said Amelia Bedelia. I sure do, said Mayor Thomas. You proved that you can be a dog catcher. I take back what I said. I apologize to you. I accept your apology, said Amelia Bedelia, and now I can stop running for mayor. No, don't quit, shouted the crowd. Listen to me, said Amelia Bedelia. I said I would run for mayor unless Mayor Thomas took back what he said. He took it back. So now I don't have to run anymore. No one moved or made a sound. I admire you, said the mayor. You know how to keep promises. He began to clap for Amelia Bedelia, and the whole crowd joined in. Good news, said Mr. Rogers. The mayor kept his promise. See there, said Mrs. Rogers. You can teach an old dog new tricks. I don't have time, said Amelia Bedelia. And I'm not catching any more dogs. I'm going to the White House. The White House, said Mr. Rogers. You are going to Washington? Of course not, said Amelia Bedelia. I borrowed a book from Mrs. White. She said to leave it at her house. Whew, said Mr. Rogers. I thought you were running for president. I will do whatever you say, said Amelia Bedelia. Mr. Rogers did not say one word, even when he got his French toast. Do you see his French toast?
Oh, okay, I see it now. I don't.
French toast.
Oh.
Okay. So now, objective number 1. We're going to answer text-dependent questions. We're going to do this as a whole group, so I expect everybody to participate. Please raise your hand. Don't shout. Okay? So we went over our objectives. We've read it aloud. Now for our questions. Who is the main character in the story? Mackenzie.
Amelia Bedelia.
How do you know, Damari? Your hand was up. How do you know she's the main character in the story?
Because
Help him out, Nehemiah.
she showed that every page.
Every single page is about
Amelia Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia. Every page. So good. How do we know? Let's write this with my red marker so we have it up here to use. So who is the main character?
Amelia Bedelia.
Amelia Bedelia. And how did we know, Nehemiah?
She showed that every page.
She is on every page. Hey, what words and phrases did the author use to describe the character, Amelia Bedelia? Can anybody think of any of the words and phrases he used to describe her? What?
How she's funny.
Did he say she was funny? Do you remember that?
You called her dog catcher?
How about I give you a hint? He always said that she did what?
Anything he said.
Anything she said. So that was a phrase. She did anything she was told.
I'll write that down.
Okay, can anybody else think of anything else that the author said? Words? Just one word? Or a phrase?
Now he did it. Nope.
Here is okay. So all three characters are seeing the same results from Amelia Bedelia's work. Right? Amelia Bedelia sees what she's doing, Mr. Rogers sees what she's doing, and Miss Rogers sees what she's doing, and the mayor. How are their thoughts the same?
By how many of the TV acts?
Oh. But we're talking about their thoughts, not their actions. How are their thoughts the same?
They all saw Millie, but did you do something wrong?
Did she think she was doing anything wrong?
No.
No? So that's not the same. Thought of something, but you lost it.
She always did something wrong.